Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Half a Nice Day podcast with your host, Joshua.
And Janine.
And we've been MIA for a while. We're really sorry. A lot of things have come into our lives in the last few days.
Yeah.
But we are back at it once again, back with another episode, which is going to be a handy advice episode. Because we got a question coming through our Google Forms.
Yes.
And it's a very good one, I must say.
Yeah.
I actually missed this. I actually miss giving out advice because our advice is the worst. And we like making the world a worse place and watching it crash and burn. But here we are today. If you're watching us on YouTube, please do subscribe and like this video so we know what kind of content you're interested in.
Right.
And also turn on the notification button.
Let us know also if you agree to what we say or advise.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they agree because we have a lot of delinquents listening to this episode. So. But yeah, turn on that notification button so you're notified whenever we drop a new episode. And thank you for listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcast from if you opt for the audio experience of this podcast. So let us kickstart this episode.
Wait, before you're saying that, I just wanted to say Eid Mubarak to all of our Muslim brothers and sisters. We are currently enjoying a 5-day holiday because it's attached to the weekend. So 2-day weekend, 3 days holiday in the UAE. Not sure about the other GCC countries. But yeah, we're very blessed.
Yeah, but I'm gonna miss the Ramadan timings though.
Yeah, so usually in Dubai, we get 2 hours less than our working hours.
I get 3.
Well, he's luckier. So instead of 9 to 5, it's like 9 to 6, it's 9 to 4. But you're doing 8 to
2.
Lucky.
Yeah, but I still finish my work at around 5. I'm really inefficient. So.
Yeah, me too. Like instead of ending it the usual like 7 or 8 p.m. on a usual day, I end it at 5 or 6 p.m.
Yeah, we're
during
both
Ramadan.
workaholics.
Still, at least it's like shortened, right?
Still shortened. Like if we wanted to, we could. But
and that's for a whole month. Come on, where would you name another city or country that would do this?
Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Come on, outside of the GCC.
Jordan.
That's not true.
It is.
Are you sure?
Jordan does have Ramadan timing.
Fine. Outside of the Middle East.
Sudan.
Are you sure Sudan does this?
I'm 100% because I have Sudanese colleagues in Sudan and they've told me the same.
Fine. Any non-Arab country or non-Muslim country.
Malaysia.
No, I doubt that they do
Malaysia
it in Malaysia.
is a Muslim country. So
I know, it is a Muslim country, but do they?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
No, I'm very sure. I'm very sure.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say we're really lucky, but yeah, good hour, like -2 hours days are over and we're back to 9 to 6.
9 to 5.
Yeah,
8 to 5 for me.
8 to 5 for you. You start earlier.
Yeah, but you know what? I can actually finish all my work in like 4
less hours. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like when they give you less hours, you're more inclined to finish whatever you can, and the only thing is you take less breaks.
I don't take any breaks.
Yeah.
Like I have to keep a bag near me if I need to pee.
Stop.
And yeah,
that's not true.
Yeah,
don't lie.
I do. I have a pee bag beside me, and
he doesn't, guys. Don't make it sound like it's that bad. It's not.
Yeah, I'm not an Amazon delivery driver in the western side of the world. Those guys, they pee in bottles, right? They pee in bottles.
I know, that's really because they're driving, right? Because they can't they can't afford to take a stop.
Yeah,
because they have big trucks.
Yeah, and
right?
their whole supply chain is so efficient that it needs to run around the clock. Like no time for any delays.
No time to stop.
Jump all the red lights. Just do anything, whatever it takes to make sure that Samantha in California gets her laundry detergent on time.
Anyway, let's talk about the happy news of the week. Bling! So I have 4 happy newses.
Happy
newses for the week. It's all about animals.
Okay, make me smile.
Okay, so giant pandas are no longer endangered species. Thanks to conservation efforts, their numbers are finally rebounding after years of decline. Bless you. You are a giant panda. Oh, that connects to our sender, baby
Oh,
panda. You think these are his
yeah,
parents?
maybe. Because the question we got in today, guys, is from he gave us a name, a code name called Baby Panda.
So that's connected. That's happy news for him.
Mm-hmm.
Next happy news. South Africa will ban the breeding of lions in captivity for trophy hunting or for tourists to pat. That's really good because there's nothing sad than seeing these animals who are used to roaming around and being the kings of the jungle being boxed in a small space and they can't really exercise.
Seriously, guys, the lion, like, I relate to the lion in many ways because I'm an alpha, as one would say, and I like to be free. I don't like to be bounded by these chains that are tied to my body. And I like to be free. I would like to be out in the wild, just doing my thing, like hunting for my prey, just being the king of the jungle, having other animals like want to befriend me.
Why are you so passionate about this that your eyes are closed while saying the whole thing?
No, because I realized that
I want to be free. Your eyes are closed. You're so passionate about it.
yeah, because I don't know if we mentioned this before, but we did see the documentary Seaspiracy.
Yes.
And I really feel the whale and the shark that is in me is really
So how many animals are in you?
like 64.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
That
and
explains-
it's all like you have
That explains your belly.
No, but yeah, I love animals, and I'm gonna, like, even Janine knows that in the future my goal is to go vegan,
Yeah.
just to protect the animal kingdom, because they are my friends, they are your friends, and
So the lions are your friends?
everyone is my friend.
Let's say,
Okay.
God forbid, you get misplaced in like a jungle.
Which jungle?
An African jungle.
Okay.
And suddenly there's like a Bengali tiger.
Oh, my favorite kind of tiger.
Why am I saying Africa and then suddenly there's a Bengali
There's a
tiger?
Bangladeshi.
But what are you gonna do? He's hungry.
And
And you look like a tasty snack.
No, first of all, I
The
would
double C.
try to diffuse the tension with humor, as I usually do.
You think the tiger will listen to you.
Of course.
So you command the tiger.
For sure. You want to hear my roar?
Sure.
Ooh. That's Katy Perry's
Wah,
roar,
wah,
yeah?
wah.
In that song? I got the eye of the tiger.
I know, but
and
that's really wrong.
Gonna hear me roar.
What you said, if I could rewind what you just sang versus that, it's like totally different. It's like two
It's
different
like Fred
songs.
Perry. okay.
Okay, I have two more news.
Yeah, continue. Sorry.
One is, the third one is 12 former female circus elephants ranging from 8 to 38 years old are settling in at a new wildlife sanctuary in North Florida. Yay! Yeah, no two circus elephants. Dolphinarium. When I was younger, of course, I would always want to see these dolphin shows, these circus with different animals. And then you grow up and you just understand how they're being treated, how they're being punished if they don't perform the act that they're supposed to. And they're captive. Like, they should be able to socialize with other animals, be able to roam free, not chained, and like living in cold, dingy spaces.
Yeah, like even I used to enjoy going to dolphinariums.
Yeah.
I used to enjoy going to like circuses or different shows which involved a lot of animals and
Yeah.
zoos. But then as you grow older, you're like, these guys are like staying away from like their natural habitat. They're locked in a cage or a glass room where like people are just taking pictures and selfies to post on Instagram. It's like, no, I don't see the point of it. Like, I would rather have them roam free in their natural state. And
Or
like,
if they were in a zoo, like a huge zoo that replicates their normal environment.
yeah.
Like the one in Alain Zoo. That is like it's quite a big space for like a tiger or a lion.
I can't remember the last time I went to Orleans
It's
Zoo.
super huge. Like you have to take these little like safari cars to go around. So there's like an
But those are
ample
like
space
wildlife
for
parks, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like those wildlife areas.
But at the end of the day, it does have a border on it. But I think
Yeah.
it's better conditions than what you'd have like in a zoo.
right? Like
Yeah.
they can still go around, roam around. Like it's like a replica of their normal habitat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just not like being around other species.
Yeah, but I understand also as well, like female circus elephants, like they must be training the whole day. Like they just want to like go into the river and bathe each other. And
Yeah,
yeah, I know it's
have fun.
yeah, but I'm glad like a lot of countries and a lot of different places are taking initiatives to make sure that they're back into the wild and maybe give them some time off. Like I think animals also deserve a vacation or something. How many vacation days do you think they get?
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
No.
Then it's not fair.
I don't think circuses do they close? No. I mean maybe when they move around from one to another.
Yeah,
but
it's
I
not-
don't
yeah.
think like zoos, for example, when it's our off days, which is our weekends, they're open because that's when people flock to the zoos, right?
Yeah.
To the zoo.
Zoo.
Zoos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, last happy news of the week while I blanked out for a moment. New York Senate just voted to ban pet stores from selling animals purchased from puppy mills, a move that will hopefully encourage pet adoptions. No to buying. Adopt, don't shop.
What? That's nice.
Adopt, don't shop. That's a like a saying, like a famous saying.
Yeah, but in the UAE, like I tried looking out for a dog as well, and you still have to pay something.
He almost got scammed.
No, I didn't almost get scammed. I was almost scammed that guy for that dog.
Okay, you scammed them.
Because I would love a Dalmatian, guys. Like if any listeners like listening to this and has a Dalmatian, it's like I want to give to Josh. Then please, I will open my arms and my doors for this Dalmatian. I'm gonna name him Zach, and we're just gonna like hit on babes and stuff.
Babes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Babes.
fine. For our UAE listeners, if you ever go on Dubizzle and look for a dog as if you're gonna buy it, but they say they'll adopt, like they will allow you to adopt it. They'll send you videos of the puppy, but these are like fake videos that they find elsewhere. And then they'll tell you that you have to give them a deposit of what, 1,000, 2,000 dirhams?
The one he asked for, I think, was 700.
Yeah, like a certain amount. And then you send it to them and they'll never reply to you ever again.
You know, the funniest part of this was like, okay, can I go see the dog first? He's like, yeah, of course, sure. I'm like, okay, so maybe not a scam at the end. But then he sends me his location, and I'm not kidding, guys. It's some island off the coast of Abu Dhabi. I'm like, how am I supposed to get there? I'm like, are you sure this is your place? I'm like, because it looks like I honestly have to take a boat to get there.
Yeah.
I was like, no, this money, and don't worry, the amount that you send me will be inclusive of delivery fees. I'm like, very shady, very sus.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I didn't get the Dalmatian, but hopefully when Janine and I are married and we have a place, we're gonna get a Dalmatian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. Well, if we adopt.
Yeah, we're
I'm
gonna
only gonna
adopt a
adopt.
Dalmatian. Yeah, I know
Yeah, good luck finding.
how passionate you are about just adopting and not buying animals.
Yeah.
So,
Don't do that, guys. I know it's
Why
difficult.
cry?
No, it's just sad the conditions of these like mommy and who just like give birth and they're just in pet puppy mills, and a lot of puppies die. They get diseases.
No,
Yeah, because they're just crammed all together.
don't say this. I will cry.
Have you seen videos of these type of kennels? What is it called? Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. It's a happy news. It's not
Happy
a
news
sad
of the week,
news.
guys.
Yeah, but those are good news for all our animal lovers out there.
Yeah.
And good news for animals themselves. Hooray.
Hurrah, hurrah.
One step at a time.
Yeah. I have one more good news.
What?
That I was on King and the Sting podcast last week. It was so cool, like to be in
Josh
a Zoom.
is a fame.
Yeah, so shout out first of all to all the King and Distinct listeners who have also subscribed to this podcast.
Yes.
Gang and buzz, and thanks
you
for
so
the
much,
appreciation.
guys. We gained so much followers from that.
So many subscribers, so many comments, so many DMs that we got as well for all the love and the support. And really, from the bottom of my heart and Janine's heart, thank you for the support and the love.
I was just gonna do a heart.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Like, we really appreciate
it was so crazy. It was so last minute. I just replied to a story, and before I know it, the producer of the podcast, Nick, he reached out to me on Instagram. He's like, "Can you come on the podcast now in a few minutes?" And I'm like, "What?"
And he messaged me that same night. He's like, he screenshotted the whole conversation, sent it to me, and I'm like, "What are you saying? What are you saying?" Because I know that he's such a big fan of Theo Von. And then, yeah, the Rat King. And then I was like, wait, what is? And then a few minutes later, he messages me again saying, I'm about to be interviewed. I'm like, what are you saying? You just sent me the screenshot, and he showed me the time. I'm like, yeah, but that's U.S. time. Why are they awake at this time? But anyway, I was like so confused because it was like so fast. And then you're like, I'm on. Okay.
It all went down so fast, and it was really an honor and privilege to be talking face to face, obviously through a Zoom call with one of my all-time favorite comedians in the world, Theo Von, and as well Brendan Schaub. And
I like how you just
no, of course I have to
Theo
give
Von.
I have to give credit when credit is due, and this podcast wouldn't be also possible without Brendan. To be honest, he gets a lot of hate, but I feel that they're a great comedy duo. But let's see how things go with this podcast.
He's an ex MMA fighter, right?
Ex MMA fighter. Yeah. He has his own podcast where he does MMA reviews, I think. Is that the word? Like where he comments. Reviews. Yeah, fight reviews. And he has a food truck diaries where he takes different MMA stars around LA through different food trucks and does like an interview style with them.
Nice.
He's had Logan Paul. He's had all these other people on it as well. But that was so cool. My heart literally jumped out of my chest and into my butt when I saw them. And seriously, guys,
you did really well though. Like, you didn't seem like you were nervous at all.
Yeah, because I had to keep my composure. I was representing not only myself but every viewer in the Middle East. So I needed to show, I know what I'm talking about, and I love you guys. Please.
Thank you again, guys.
Thank you, guys.
We can't thank you enough.
Yeah, so it's a big shout out.
We'll also let you know once he gets the BD on my ring. For those who have been commenting, get that BD on her ring. Soon enough we will. I hope you have something planned.
I do. And yeah, but that was really good, like I'm saying it again. But I guess we should move on.
Yeah.
So to our question.
Handy advice of the day. So we have a question from Baby Panda, as his alias.
Yes, and he sent in the question, he or she, no, but it's a he. Yeah, it's a he. Sent in with a question through our Google form. So please make sure that if you have any questions, advice, or any comments, you can put it across in the form. You can be anonymous, or you can put your real name, and we can answer a question here live on the Half a Nice Day podcast.
Okay. So he asked to be anonymous. We don't actually know his name. He didn't let us
He's one
know.
of our international listeners, though.
Yeah,
so that's really dope.
Super cool. So this is the question. Hi, Janine and Josh. I'm a 23-year-old Indian Catholic male living in Kuwait.
Shout out to Baby Panda, a
23-year-old living in Kuwait. Growing up in Kuwait, I and many other expats, in parentheses, always feel this inferior complex towards Arabs. We were always told by our community not to engage with them and to make friends within our community. At Josh, specific question. Did you experience this growing up in the UAE since you are a non-Arab expat?
Since I'm a man?
A nan. And at Janine, specific one for me, there's this stereotype in the Gulf that Arab women don't go for men who are Asian or South Asian. I've always been intimidated to ask an Arab woman out, as I always assumed that I would get rejected. Could you provide some insight on the dating culture for Lebanese or in general Arab culture from Baby Panda?
Baby Panda.
You know what? There's this pattern that they come to us for love advice.
No, which is great advice. Because we are a pinnacle of romance in the 21st century, meeting on Tinder, being different nationalities. So I think we give a good overview towards the love and dating circle.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess because he's also Indian and he knows that you're Indian. So do you wanna answer first his question to you? But before that, we were always told by our community not to engage with them and to make friends within our community. Since you grew up here in a GCC country, did you experience that, Joshua, as a non-Arab expat?
Okay, so first of all, for all our listeners who are not familiar with Kuwait, Kuwait is also part of the GCC.
Mm-hmm.
So it is also like the UAE. It does have a very big expat community, especially for people who want to come there and work.
It's
Also,
a really
their
tiny country, by the way, but very,
small.
very, 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 very rich.
Yeah, very rich as other GCC countries.
Because they have a lot of oil.
Oil and gas money, Arab money, guys. Okay, so for me, his question was, did you experience any of this growing up in the UAE since you were a non-Arab expat? To be honest, baby Panda, I grew up in a very diverse community. Like straight from the get-go, I was introduced into like a Filipino church in a multicultural high school as well. It was a Catholic high school as well. So I grew up with all nationalities, you can name it. Like I've had Syrian classmates, Polish, Filipinos, Indians. One guy was even from New Zealand. And there was also a classmate of mine who was a woman. So that was cool. Like we had like different genders as well.
Did you just say you had a classmate who was a woman?
Yeah.
And?
She was in our school. Like she was a girl, but she was a female girl.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was cool. Like
you've never had any women classmates before?
No, like growing up, you never see them. Like because
why did you have to mention that as if women are so like
it's a
mystical?
No, I was gonna make a sexist joke, but I don't know how. Because okay, I was gonna do it because I'm a joker, but it's a privilege that a woman eventually goes to school. So
oh my gosh, that is such.
No, I love.
Don't be canceled.
I love women. I love males. I love everyone. I love animals. But
it's just a bad joker, guy.
but growing up, I did have like my parents did say like warn of certain races. I don't want to mention any races, but of course it's like stay away from this. They will ask you for money and they will never pay you back.
Oh,
or
okay.
Stay away from these kinds of drivers because they will. Definitely get into an accident and you shouldn't be surrounding them. Like if they overtake you, just let them overtake you.
Stereotypical.
Basically, it's
stereotyping people.
Yeah, very stereotypes. Like all the stereotypes.
I have
to
say though that I guess our parents' generation and generations before that, they're so used to stereotyping people based on their nationalities, because I wouldn't necessarily say that my parents did the same, but with their actions towards other people, or like when we all watch the news together, they'd be like, yeah, of course, they're from this country or they're from that country. Or for example, if we go outside, they'll become more protective if someone from this race or from this country is talking to us versus another race or another nationality talking to us. So there's this, how do I say it? Natural stereotypical behavior or reaction from our parents based on generations and generations of how they were raised. And the same for us, right?
No, it's 100% true. Like, I'll give a clear-cut example. Let's say you have a new boss, and then you tell someone, oh, I have a new boss now. The first question that they usually ask, they ask like, oh, where's your boss from? And then they'll say, oh, my boss is from Egypt. And they'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my boss is from Pakistan. Oh, okay. So you better do these things. Like, so it's like, there's like a stereotype linked to them.
Right.
Which unfortunately, nothing in this world will ever change. I always feel that a race is tied to you no matter where you are, no matter where you go.
Right.
Like if I tell people I'm Filipino, oh, so you work for KFC or you work for McDonald's or something. Then I say, oh no, my boss is a Filipino. It's like, oh wow, this Filipino worked really hard. It's sad, but Janine and I were raised here in this country, so we know the best of the best and we know the worst of the worst.
We're used to it,
and like,
which is sad.
But we're used to it. But at the same time, we embrace every nationality. Like Janine and I, we don't see religion, we don't see this color of their skin. We treat everyone normally, and I think that's also another blessing which people overlook, that because of the fact that we are in the Middle East, We have a very diverse expat community because I don't think like with the color of my skin, I would do very well in, let's say, a European country. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not too sure like how I will be treated, but obviously racism is still rampant in a lot of countries. And but for me, I've like, even to answer this guy's question, and to some extent, I've shot my shot with every nationality here in the UAE.
Yes, he did.
I don't want to make Janine feel uncomfortable, but she knows she knows she knows.
I know everything.
I've dated different nationalities. I've shot my shot. But I think it's also because of the fact that I'm confident that I can approach anyone that I want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to push you towards your mic.
Sorry, I like talking to you and looking at you. Yeah, okay. Where were we?
You like talking to me and looking at me?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
It's like
I'll take that.
I like having the conversation.
It's like you're trying to redeem yourself after you saying that you've shot your.
I've dated so many nationality guys, but I love you. Okay, you're not the best one.
No, that's true. That's true. Like he tells me all about his past, and
you know I can leave you anytime, right? I'll have so many girls waiting for me. No kidding, guys. No, but
what are you on today?
But I think I've really digressed from his question, though. But
yeah.
But
just answer his question, bro.
I know, but this guy's like already switched off the podcast.
I know.
No, but so just to answer directly, no, my parents did not tell me to stay away from any race, but they did tell me to just be wary of certain individuals, not befriend them, but when I do a certain action, like, oh, don't drive this person home really late because he lives in this area, or don't lend him money or she money because of this nationality has been known for not paying back and all these things, and don't get into trouble with Arabs though.
Right.
Because of course in the Middle East, Arabs are king. To some extent. I would say, I wouldn't say to the full extent, but I just never try to piss off any Arab.
There are certain perks that are, I would say, how do I phrase it? Bestowed upon them. Bequeathed upon them.
Yes.
I would say half upon me as well. Like, let's say, for example, I get into a scuffle with another person. This is a true story, by the way. I got into an accident because someone was taking a wrong way within the roundabout, and he basically skid through the side of my bumper.
He exchanged paint.
Yeah, a little bit, but mine was a little bit more damaged than his car. And so he's an Arab national, and he got off of his car. He was with a friend, and he started saying. So I started calling the police, but I could hear him I could hear him from the background talking to his friend, saying that when the police comes in, that they will say it's my fault in Arabic. Not knowing that I understand Arab, and I'm an Arab myself, half Arab. So the police came in. I allowed him to like speak everything that he wanted to say. And then when he was done, I just looked at him, spoke to him in Arabic, and I said, "Are you done? Can I speak now?" And then I looked at the police and I said, "Can I say my piece now?" And then the guy was like, "Holy crap, she speaks Arabic."
What have I gotten myself into?
So then I said everything, and then apparently the reason why he was trying to cover up his mess is that he doesn't have his license is expired, and his car registration is expired as well.
Yeah, and I think it's also due to the fact that the police in the UAE, I don't know. I don't want to get into that.
Nope, don't get into that.
Did he go missing?
But then I just, because it's easier to speak to a police and they look at you as if, okay, I can speak to this person in Arabic. You can explain your piece better, especially when it's like the older policemen who are not so great in English, and they hear you speaking Arabic. They'll be like, "Oh, okay, I can speak to this person in Arabic." And for example, you don't speak Arabic, I can twist your words. I can tell the policeman, "Look, this guy did something, blah 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 blah." You'll never know what I'm telling him.
Exactly, and at the end of the day, this is their land.
Yeah,
and we are just like guests or visitors, or here to make our money. But Arab is king in this side of the world. They won't expect the same benefits if they're somewhere else, but it's a unspoken rule, I guess.
Yeah, to me, it's not really Arab because I'm half Arab, but of course, there's that unwritten rule, like the Emiratis are untouchables. You know, Like, you can't really, don't get into a fight, or if you ever come into a heated discussion with an Emirati, just back off.
Yeah.
Best thing is to back off. So that was the advice, but not really Arab in total.
Yeah, like I've had fights
which is
with...
still sad to say, because it feels like you're racially profiling people, right? Like, okay, if you're Emirati, I'll back off. But if you're not Emirati, I can like try and shoot my shot and,
true.
you know, get into a heated argument with you, which is so sad to hear, but that's the reality.
Yeah.
That's the reality, because this is their country. You get into a heated fight with them and you get into the bad side of it, you can get kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
This is their country. They're not going to get kicked out anywhere else.
Yeah.
Even if they do something bad, they'll just get reprimanded, but this is their country. They're not going to leave.
Yeah.
We're leaving.
Yeah.
Because it's not our country. So that's the root of all of these inferiority complex towards, let's say, if not just Emiratis, then Arabs, because it's a very tricky situation to be in.
See, I'm not afraid of any nationality, like with regards to what they can do to me, like if they want to fight or throw fists or say something bad about me. But the only people I take a step back from and like make sure that like I stand my ground is with the actual locals of this country. But anyone else, I won't take crap from them. And if I do, Janine's always there to speak on my behalf when I tone down. She's done it a lot. Just recently as well, she's done it. At the doctors.
He has such a kind heart, bless him. Like, most of the time he would just be like, okay. He has a very patient mindset.
Yeah, but if anyone like touches my family or touches Janine, then you'll see a side of me which, guys, you wish you've never seen. And I'm telling you that right now with the kindest heart, I will stab your neck.
That is like the kindest threat ever. Let's get back to him.
I'll stab your neck,
sorry,
but I'll take you to the ER right after, okay?
Let me just let you suffer for a moment. Sorry, baby Panda. We've digressed. But so you've answered this question, right? Anything else you want to add?
I feel I've answered it.
Okay, it's my turn.
Experience in the year, since you are not. No, but make friends with everyone. I don't think at the end anything bad will happen to you, but just keep an ear to the floor. Is that the saying? Keep an ear to the floor and make sure that...
What is that saying, dude?
No, like, make sure that you're
grounded?
You're grounded, that you don't take advantage of their kindness.
Imagine he keeps his ear to the floor.
Like, what are you doing? I'm listening to the Have a Nice Day podcast and earphones are on the floor.
Let me answer mine, then let's give him some advice later.
Okay, go.
So mine is, there's a stereotype in the Gulf that Arab women don't go for men who are Asian or South Asian. I would say yes, that's still prevalent. There's still a lot of Arab women who would not take a second look on, let's say, Filipino, an Indian, a Pakistani, I don't know, any Desis, any Southeast Asian, Taiwanese, Singaporean, name them all. I don't think they would even give them a chance, which is super, super sad, because there are so many successful, good-looking, kind-hearted, forgiving, thoughtful men who are from everywhere, not just Southeast Asia or, you know, India, Pakistan. But yes, that's still here. Mm-hmm. I would say less than before. It's not as taboo as before, but a lot of families would still, how do I say it, would still not allow their daughters to go for, their Arab daughters to go for Asian men.
Giving him the cold, hard truth, straight.
I know.
So, but having said that, I'm sure there is still like a...
I'm not, that's an advice later. Let me answer his question first.
Okay. Sorry. I was getting too excited. I want to help baby Panda find the love of his life.
We are going to help him, but just let me finish my answer to his question.
Sorry.
Because his answer is there's this stereotype. Yes, I'm not going to say no.
It's true. Whatever Janine said, I 100% back up.
Yeah. And I myself, like, I go to Lebanon, I go back to my home country, I have friends who are Arab. I don't see them, or I've never seen them giving an Asian man a chance, which is super sad, you know? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's true. Second, I've always been intimidated to ask an Arab woman out, as I always assumed that I would get rejected. So My advice here is that, okay, I understand him being intimidated, but just shoot your shot. What will happen? What is the worst that can happen if you already think, like, the worst that you can think is that you are getting rejected? That's it.
See, I know where he's coming from, because even at one point I was really scared of being rejected. Like, oh, what if I'm so nice to her and at the end of the day she doesn't even call me or text me back? And that was one of my biggest fears. But at the end of the day, I was like, sooner or later, I mean, not at the end of the day, but like sooner or later, it dawned on me, like, it's just a rejection, and there's like 3.5 billion women in the world, and I can literally like
Okay.
I was gonna say literally have anyone I chose, but okay. I'm just saying it to pacify him, because it's a woman at the end of the day, guys. Focus on yourself.
That was what I was gonna
strong,
say.
Kings.
He's quite young. He's 23. I think some of his hesitations.
He's 23. Oh man, yeah. This guy has his whole life ahead of him.
Exactly. And I was just gonna say that maybe some of his hesitations or intimidations also come with the religion, because he specified Catholic male.
Uh-huh.
Now, when we're talking about Arab women, there is a big chunk of those women who are Muslims. So I don't know if meeting someone outside of his religion is okay for him or not, because that already cuts out a lot of women, right? And also from the other side, like, Arab Muslim women won't necessarily date or even give a Catholic or Christian guy a chance, because already you're breaking the laws of having an Asian boyfriend plus a Christian boyfriend. If you're a Muslim woman, that's like super haram, right?
Yeah.
So that's very tricky. But there's still a lot of Arab women who are Christians. I myself, I'm a Christian. You know, I come from a Christian family. My dad is an Orthodox, and there are a lot of other Levant Arab women who are also Catholics or Christians. So I would say, first of all, before going to this, my advice is because you say that you're intimidated. Before that, I would say work on years and years of you being brought up with this stereotypical mentality of having an inferiority complex towards Arab nationalities or other certain nationalities, whites or anything else, and build that confidence in you first. Because come on, you're 23, you're really young, you have so much ahead of you. I'm not sure if you're still in college, university, or you just graduated. 23
might be looking for a job, or maybe is an entry-level position, or work on that. Work on yourself, work on things that make you who you are, make you unique. If you have certain talents, do that. Work on your faith as well. I see that you're Catholic, and you will attract good people in your life, I'm telling you. So I want to add something as well. See, I know Indians are very insecure people, and I'm speaking about a lot of people that I know, and it mostly comes from the place where they're like, oh, Indians and second-class citizens, and we don't have the best English. And like, I even had people come up to me like, you're really Indian, but you don't even act like an Indian. I'm like, what does acting like an Indian even mean? And I have like guys who are like, Josh, can you teach me how to speak in your accent? Even if I'm not very happy with my accent, to be honest, guys. I have people like, oh, how do I change my Indian accent? And all these people are making fun of me. They talk about our body odor and stuff. But so I know where he's coming from. And I think one great tip that I can give this guy is shoot your shot. That's, of course, one which Janine had already said. But just be authentic as well. And to be honest, I know a lot of Indians who are dating different nationalities. I know... this is just for your reference. I don't think it'll make any big difference, but I know a Syrian guy who's dating an Indian woman. Right. I know an Indian guy who's dating a Russian model.
I know a Lebanese guy who's dating a Pakistani. Or not dating, married already to a Pakistani woman.
Yeah, so it's maybe like a few years ago we wouldn't have been able to give you the same answer, but now times are changing. Like, I'm Indian Filipino dating a Lebanese Filipino. So it's also something which is like really, I wouldn't say out of the blue, but it's not as common as you see.
Yeah.
Mixed race couples now, I understand, like, it's getting more relaxed, the whole situation about it. But I think religion still does play a very important part. So if you really want to start dating an Arab woman, who's also maybe in the same faith as you, maybe you can start looking at Egyptians. I would say Egyptians, Lebanese. Who else?
I wouldn't say any. I wouldn't classify any country. I'd just be like any woman out there, Arab, non-Arab, any race that you connect with, that you feel comfortable with, that you see yourself growing up with. I mean, I don't know if you're just about dating or you're looking for someone in the future, because I mean, he's still a little bit young.
Yeah, but I want to see him have mixed race babies and the cutie pies.
I know, because they're going to be the cutest babies ever. Seriously, like imagine a half Indian, half Egyptian child. Wouldn't that be like a
something you don't see
child?
everything, but I'm telling you, it's 100% possible.
Yeah. And I just wanted to, so his last question is, could you provide some insight on the dating culture for Lebanese or in general Arab culture? Okay, I guess it's from my end again. Dating culture is different based on, I would say, religion. In an Arab culture, the more open people are mostly from either a Christian background or maybe a Muslim family who were brought up in Canada or in the US, or parents who are not as strict, because that versus someone coming from a really strict family background plus being a Muslim, that's very, very difficult. Like dating for them is not really as open as us. You wouldn't see them on Tinder. You wouldn't see them on Bumble. You wouldn't see them socializing outside. That's very different. So I guess I'll focus on those who are more open-minded. Dating culture, same as everyone else. There are people who are on online dating apps, and there are people who are basically introduced to each other through friends or who've been together since college, university days, or who've met through work, the workplace.
How about PDA?
What is public display of affection?
Yeah, like holding hands. Are they okay with like holding hands in public with like a?
It depends. Again, with Muslims, you wouldn't see that. That's not really a thing. But I see a couple of like hijabis with their husbands holding hands. More so again towards like Christian and maybe atheists, people who don't really have a religion, or don't really believe in anything, but they're from the Arab, from an Arab country. They're more open, I would say. They're more open towards dating other nationalities. But Lebanese in general, they still like to date Lebanese people. Unfortunately, that's still a mentality within the country. More so for Lebanese who grew up in Lebanon versus those who grew up again in Canada or the States or here in Dubai. They have more of an open mindset where they've already been accustomed to other cultures. They see a lot of half and halves. They get acquainted to other cultures so that they're more open. They're like, oh, okay, there's more to the Lebanese culture. There's more to this and this.
Yeah, more than having a straight face, and like they're open to new experiences, new religions, not new religions, but new experiences.
Yeah. And I would say just like one thing, there are a lot of Arab women who are now into like Korean oppas.
Is that true?
Yeah, because like all of the K-pop and K-drama and like BTS and all of these like K-pop male figures, a lot of like there's a big Arab fan base for like K-pop.
I did not know that. I thought not the weirdest one, but the most unique one was, I know a lot of African women who are obsessed with K-pop and like, I want a Korean husband.
I think everyone now are obsessed with like Korean men.
Yeah, so
because of these K-dramas.
So baby Panda, just be a K-pop star and you're gonna have the possibilities are endless. You can literally have any woman you want.
I have to say, like Indians have the most beautiful women, the most beautiful men, and it's sad that they're getting a bad rep.
Yeah, right? it's like what is that saying? Like one eggs in a basket makes the whole basket.
Rotten egg.
Yeah, like one rotten egg. Like
makes everything.
It's all comes back to stereotypes, guys.
Yeah.
Indian, oh, he's a taxi driver. Filipino, oh, he works in McDonald's.
So it's sad. Like even for Filipinos, we get this a lot. Unfortunately, the Arab, I wouldn't say everyone, but there's still this Arab mentality that Arabs are above certain Asian, because let's take it into a factual consideration. Arabs are still Asians, right? Because we're
Yes,
Arab
Arabs are
countries.
Asians, yes.
Middle East is still part of Asia as a
Yes.
continent, so they don't understand that we're all Asians. We're all Asians. Whereas I'm still like fully Asian. I can claim that because Lebanon is still part of Asia.
Yeah.
So it's just
Except Egypt, which Egypt is
Egypt
part
of Africa. Yeah. But we're still all Asians. And I don't know. For me, I'm out of that mindset. Like, I don't care if you're this or that. But I would say when I was younger, yes, I had that mindset. Like, oh no, an Indian, or oh no, a Pakistani, or oh no. Because that's what was ingrained in my head. Not just like from family, but like from people around me.
Yeah.
From even Filipinos.
Even Filipinos, like,
Who would look down on Indians and Pakistanis.
and it's vice versa. It's like,
and vice versa.
Philippines will think, oh, Indians, and then Indians will say, oh, Filipinos. So it's
Yeah.
like, where's the love, guys?
Yeah, and then Lebanese would be like, oh, Filipinos, or oh, Indians. But I think we're lucky because we come from two different cultural backgrounds, and living in Dubai made us more, how do I say it, exposed to different cultures. And so for us, we don't care.
We don't care. Like, Janine and I, we've seen like Arabs and Filipinos on the street. We've seen Indians and Russians on the street. And we've seen
Yeah, which is super
Americans
cute, by the way.
with Indians as well. So it's like it's random. Like, Janine and I, we obviously make a comment like, oh, that's so cute. That's
Yeah.
really nice. We don't like against like, oh, he must be really rich, or oh, she must have a big inheritance coming her way. Oh, he's
Right.
so old, she's so young. What's going on? It's something like that. It's like, we love everyone.
When I
love
was
is-
younger, though, I would hear my like older family members say that. And so it was difficult to remove that from my brain because that's the automatic response. Especially when you would see like a young Filipino lady with an older Caucasian man, for example. That's the don't do that. That's the automatic response. But more and more so, you get exposed to these, how do I say it?
judgmental.
Like people educating you, it's all over the internet. Like, stop being a racist. This is not okay to say. This is not okay. So the more that you read, the more that you expose yourselves, the more that you educate yourselves, you'll be exposed to what's being a racist and what's not being racist. And I just wanted to say we're so privileged to say that, by the way.
It's not everyone who can say that. That's
Not
true.
everyone can say that. There are still a lot of people from other countries who cannot or are not able to date at all from outside their culture or outside their, how do I say it, their
Circle.
tribe, their circle. Like even in India, right?
Yeah, the caste system. They have to
Yeah,
stay.
the caste, like you have to stay in a certain, the caste, like Gujaratis with Gujaratis, and you have the Sikhs with the Sikhs. So it is difficult. And we're very, 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 very privileged to be able to say, I don't care about race, or I don't care about where you're coming from.
We are colorblind.
No, we're not. I don't want to say we're colorblind. I think we should see color. No, we should see color. We should.
And embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to be colorblind. Let's say if there's like a black person, you acknowledge that, okay, he's black. But nevertheless, if he's black, it doesn't make him fit into a box, right?
He is my equal. She is my
Yeah. Or like an Asian person.
Yeah.
You see them as an Asian person, as a Korean, a Filipino, Chinese, but you don't box them into a certain category just because they're from a certain state, city, town, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spread love, bro. Baby Panda, we wish you really all the best. We
Yeah.
hope that you find the love of your life,
Hope we answered your question.
whether she's Arab or Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Imagine a Korean Indian baby. Oh my gosh.
man. I've so my ex-colleague, he's
Thought you
Pakistani.
can say my ex-girlfriend.
I did date a Korean.
I know.
No, my ex-colleague is Pakistani who's married to a Korean, and his baby, the
Please, you have
cutest
to show
girl,
me
the
pictures.
cutest girl.
You have to
I don't
show
know
me
if I have pictures
pictures.
because it'll be weird if I had a picture of a baby on my phone.
No, from
But-
his Facebook or Instagram.
I don't have.
Stupid.
I forgot his name. Something, I don't know. Maybe Kim.
Jong-un.
Just Kim. No, but we honestly wish you all the best. Please do keep us updated on your dating. Yeah, and don't just limit yourself to Asians. If you have, to Arabs. There's a whole variety of women out there, and I'm pretty sure one of them has to find you attractive.
And maybe he's asking specifically for an Arab because he has a crush on an Arab woman. So go for it. Shoot your shot. Go for it, baby panda.
Shoot your shot. Okay, here's a challenge. I want you in 1 month to reply back to us and tell us what you did. Okay, baby panda?
Yes, let us know, baby panda. I'm sure you're listening to this.
Maybe you'll end up being her baby panda.
Ooh, killing.
Oh, baby panda, because pandas are black and white, and he's talking about mixed race. So panda is black and white. So at the end, he is a black and white person because he's... Thank you, guys. That was you know what I mean.
I know where you're going with that.
Black and white, 2 in 1.
I got it.
Basically.
I got it. Yeah.
That was smart, baby panda. That was very smart. Okay, so
go for it. Don't be scared. Be confident. I think if there's one thing that our women likes is confidence in men.
Confidence and I don't know.
Humor.
Really? I don't know.
Maybe that's subjective to
I think they're confidence.
Confidence
is where your Gucci belt and you'll be able to pick up any Arab woman.
Also, there's a fine line between cockiness and confidence. So make sure that you're on the confident side, not the cocky side.
No, but here's my last minute tip. Gucci belt. You wear a polo shirt with 3 buttons open. Spray as much perfume as you can. And sleek your hair back. Like, take this much of gel, just dump it on your head and take a comb and pull it back, and you'll be able to attract any Arab woman.
Are you sure that was how you attracted me? Because no, if you wore a Gucci belt and unbuttoned your shirts 3 buttons down and have your hair sleeked back with tons of gel, I wouldn't date you.
Next week episode, guys, that's my attire for this podcast. I'm going to sit on that, okay?
And reveal your hairy chest.
I have a shave. We've got actually approached from a shaving company for us promo, but we decided to turn that down.
No, thank you.
Because that's not the kind of products we want to market on this podcast. But anyway.
We're a wholesome podcast, guys.
We're a wholesome podcast, guys. we like to maybe promote biscuits or like some bakery, some pastries and stuff. Yeah, not body trimming, below the belt shaving products.
I like how you phrased it. Yeah, thank you so much for contacting us, but we're good.
I might contact you separately.
For personal reasons.
I can do a solo podcast.
Guys, have you had a solo podcast? Would you ever listen to it? Yeah. We talked about it the last time. We're like, if we break up, who's gonna take the podcast?
And we decided I will take it.
Hey, we didn't decide on anything.
We decided.
You decided on your own, dude. If we break up, guys, you know what? We're gonna put a poll up. If we break up and we have our own podcast, which podcast are you gonna listen to?
No, don't do that to me. I know the listener. Oh wait, I have all the King and the Sting fans.
I know. Actually, they followed you because
Gang
of you.
Boy.
Again, thank you so much for everyone who came in from Cats.
The Cats podcast.
Cats podcast. We're super, super thankful for all of your support, your comments, and thank you so much to Baby Panda. I know we digressed a lot as usual. I think you guys are already used to our handy advice podcast sessions, but that's how it is.
Yeah, and if you want to get back to us, Baby Panda, you can also send us a message. And if you have any further questions, maybe on something that we said or did, you can always come back to us, and we'll always invite you with open arms to this podcast. If you want, you can also do a Zoom call with us, and we can record it.
Oh, that would be great.
Cool,
yes, or you can send us a voice note through our
on our link on our
Anchor.
There's a place where you can send voice note, guys, and we would love if maybe some of you could even send us,
just like what Anand did on episode 2 or 3.
Yeah,
if you go back to one of our first few episodes.
We invite everyone to send in some nice words and comments, so you can close the show, baby doll.
Ooh, thank you, Ken. That was so cringe. Thank you so much to everyone who subscribed, liked our podcast, and commented. We were super, super grateful for you. It's because of you, and that's why I have 1 more minute. So let me go. Let me go super fast. It's because of all of you guys. That's why we're able to push through. If you'd like to follow us on Have a Nice Day Podcast on Instagram. Send us an email at haveanicedayshow@gmail.com. Google form for handy advice. Link is in the bio, as well as the YouTube description. Rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and follow us on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts from. And if you're watching, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified, to turn on the notifications. That's it. And on that note, have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Okay, again. And on that note, have a nice day. We love you guys.
We like you as a friend.
Bye.
Bye.